Do you hear us?
A generation ago, we fled the crumbling British Empire as the world froze around us. I held New London together. United, we survived 30 years of whiteout. But the world around us is dead. Empty.
Right for taking. The city grows.
Vestas.
Merely surviving is not enough. We have to expand. After all, it's us who survived the end of the world. It's us who survived.
Yes.
Frostpunk 2. That's what. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Frostpunk 2 is releasing, and we're going through for a full playthrough of the campaign. We got to dabble in the beta earlier this year, which was really cool. It was more of an open-ended, do whatever you can type of situation. I'm way more intrigued in the campaign aspect of things, so we're going to dive in here right now. We're starting with the prologue, The Wanderers here. We've been roaming the frozen desert for years. Many of us do not remember a world before the Great Frost. Now another whiteout is coming, and again, we've reached the old machine. Again, we will rely on its furnace to provide heat through the storm. In the past, we always made sure there were enough supplies for the next whiteout, but our numbers have grown through the years. Providing for everyone is getting harder and harder. We must survive. I'm playing on officer difficulty, and that's recommended for people that are very comfortable with Frostpunk 1, so we'll see if we need to make any adjustments. I'm curious, when you guys start a new game, specifically maybe a sequel, how do you determine the difficulty that you start on? I'd be very interested in hearing your opinions on that. They've made some changes based on feedback from the beta. The biggest thing I notice is like the UI elements are a lot less intense. I think that's pretty cool. If you're unfamiliar with some of the major changes between Frostpunk 2 and the original, this is on a much larger scale. Just for a small example, we're dealing with districts instead of specific buildings. We're dealing in terms of days and weeks instead of hours. So like everything's happening faster and bigger, which is kind of cool. That's not going to rub everybody the right way, but you know, you got to change the formula a little bit, I think. So we're going to explore it and have a good time doing it. This old dreadnought remains in pieces under layers of snow, but the scattered wagons still have resources inside. First, we must break ice to reach one of the oil wagons and construct an extraction district to use it. Then we can turn on the dreadnought's furnace to heat us. Now, I've done a little bit of dabbling here, and I think I have a pretty decent handle on what we need to focus on. So let's begin. There are going to be some tutorial things in here, but as much as I can, I want to just dive into the gameplay. So let's keep things rolling at speed 1 here. I might speed it up as we go, but I got 88 weeks left here before the whiteout arrives. And first thing we need to do is frost break to an oil wagon. So one of the things that's different here is that you need to break your way to things before you get to use them. So we have an oil wagon here and here. I think what we'll try and do is hit these spots with one frost break attempt. I might even start swinging out in this direction so that I can get these prefabs over here. Speaking of, what are these prefabs? Well, these are things that we need to be able to build buildings. We have a certain amount of scraps coming in every week. And up here, this breaks down our population and our workforce, and then a workforce that is not available should that occur. We've got our heat and what's available for that. All of the districts and things that we build are going to require heat, so we got to make sure that we don't drop on that. This also impacts citizen comfort levels and sicknesses and things like that. Over here is our amount of shelter compared to what we need. This shows us our food. Obviously, we don't have any yet. The whole mission seems to be around stockpiling enough food before the whiteout occurs in 85 weeks now. And then over here, this is materials. We need to be making materials. Otherwise, your buildings can go into disrepair, and then you have to spend prefabs to repair them. Okay, now that those are done, we can go into building some districts. So we need to put an extraction district on some of these things. Things like prefabs and the oil stuff we need to extract. And when we're doing this, we're selecting these little hexagons, and some of them are different sizes. So these ones are all, I believe, 3 size districts, so we can start that. And I don't know if I need to get into that one just yet, but we might. We also, let's just kind of zoom out here. This is going to be our generator. So the main thing that we need to do right now is let this build and get that extraction district up so that I can turn on the dreadnought using the oil from that. Then we're going to need to gather enough food to survive before the whiteout, but we're also going to need to get out into these areas and get these other prefabs. So we've got this maintenance wagon here that's going to give materials, which is really important. We've got a maintenance wagon here that's giving prefabs. That's this section. That's very important. But we need these things to kind of get us going. And what I'm going to do is preemptively start to work my way out here. Let's see if we can hit, we'll take that one. And then from there, we can kind of split off into this. And this is a cool little strategic thing that you need to do in order to prioritize where you're going to get your stuff from. There's some adjacency bonuses and stuff that we can talk about as well. If I hold Alt here, that's what brings up this screen. Really handy to be able to see at a glance where all these things are. And if you hover on them, it shows you the amount of food there. So take note that like this fertile soil has 18,000 food, but down here we have a seal colony at 400,000 food. So I'd like to beeline my way down there if I can. That being said, doing the frost breaking, which is this, what I'm doing right here, this is necessary to break the ground before you can actually use it. That costs a little bit of your scraps. So I don't want to get too poor here, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But let's see what happens. So this is going to be done right away. Now that it is, let's see. We've got oil. As a thick black liquid oozes through the pipes, our people rejoice. The carcass of this old machine is a testament to the hardships that made us, but more importantly, it's our haven in the storm. This is everything. This is oil is life, essentially. Well, plus food. You know, but oil. It has allowed us to weather many whiteouts, and it will do so again. We have oil. We can turn on the furnace. So let's go to the dreadnought here. If you recall from the beta, we had like a proper generator that we were building around. Well, we don't have that right now. Maybe in the next part of the scenario, I don't know. But let's turn the generator on. And now we've got some heat coming in. And we have a bit of a surplus, but that'll change because we're going to build a bunch of things. So we need to set up a basic infrastructure now. The furnace is on. We have enough oil to cover current needs. But the oil will still affect our people until they have proper shelter. Housing will best protect us from the cold if built in close proximity to other housing or the furnace itself. Again, talking about adjacency bonuses. However, we'll need prefab parts for construction. We brought some with us. The rest we need to extract from the wagon wreckages. Okay. So, as I already pointed out, we can get prefabs from these wagons out here, and we can get actual supplies and materials from these things out here. And all of it's important. We're probably going to get to most of these things, I hope. We'll see what we can do. So the next goal is to get to a construction wagon and build an extraction district to get the prefabs. So let's hit this. And you always have to build out your full amount here. So if you have extra, I don't know yet if there's a whole strategy around that. There probably is. But when I have blank space, I'm just going to fill it up as much as I can with the frost breaking. Now down here, we've got some extra access. So here's the oil that we're going to need. And then there's a lot of food at the seal colony down here, but I think that might need to be frost broken. Oh yeah, we can go out this way. We're good, we're good. Let's do that. We'll get access to more oil there and more food. Now, one of the things that I think is going to be very important here is to pay attention to our surpluses. Right now, we're in a negative for everything. We need to build a district here to extract that. We need to build housing around here. So I'm going to actually frost break a little bit more, as much as I can around this area. We have some things that can't be frost broken, and that's okay. I'll do more on this side as well. And then hopefully I can get some adjacency bonuses. Ideally, I think what would be best for the housing districts, because we get a bonus if we're close to the generator, and we get an additional bonus if you're next to an existing residential or housing district, then I think it would be best to fully circle this thing with one district and then go around that with a second if that's going to fit. Now, I think it's tempting to go into your housing districts and just build, like, you know, build a little circle of them and then build another circle of them, right? But then only some of those tiles are going to get those benefits. So just something to keep in mind. And we'll see if that strategy pays off in the long run. One of the things I really love about this are these new icons here. So we've got our hunger, we've got our disease, our cold, and our squalor. Now these all have different things that are impacting them, but you can see how intense it's getting just by the little tail, and I think that's such a cool way of doing it. This game is like, it's just dripping with style, and I absolutely love it. Okay, let's get our extraction district down here. It's going to take up 3 slots. Let's do that. I need to build 2 housing districts, so these are all clear now. So let's see. Looks like the area right around this is already cleared for us. 4, 5, 6. That's great. And then the second one, if I could do... Yeah, so I love that too. When you're hovering, it actually shows you that benefit. So this is near a housing district, which is going to generate it or give it an extra 20 heat, which is really, really nice. Ooh, can I not connect it over there? Okay. Let me see. If I were to do it like here. Yeah, see, I've got this thing blocking me and I can't continue it over. Okay, that's fine. Let's do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be our 2 for now. And most of those places are going to benefit, but this section will not. And hopefully that's okay. Hopefully we can overcome that in the long run. So right now we have more oil than needed, but as soon as these buildings start going up, we're going to see that's not going to be the case anymore. And we can speed up time. Similar to the first game, we've always got this track here that's going to show us when temperatures are going to drop. When the whiteout is, that's like the end of this scenario, so we have to pay attention to that. We have 72 weeks left for that to happen. And yeah, right now I think we're actually doing okay. Now we need to gain access to food. We've established some heat and shelter for our people. We must now turn our attention to the incoming whiteout. First, we must frost break to the small patches of fertile soil suitable for growing food. Then we must store it in easily accessible depots. Must move quickly so no one starves. Okay, so we've already started breaking out to here, which is great. Let's go ahead and get a food district up. Do I have access down here? Yeah, I do. Let's just start there. Because that's a ton of food. Like, that's a lot. So I don't see why I wouldn't start there if I'm allowed. Let's do that. And I'll build another one, too. I'll build one here. Okay, cool. And so now, most of these places are going to be pretty heated, which is great. That being said, let's just see. So I'm actually 5 short. So I have 5 people that are not in housing. And you can see I don't have the scraps because I've frostbroken quite a bit, and I don't have the prefabs right now to get to that. We're getting prefabs from here. I have 480 left, so we'll have to just wait a little bit until that comes up. Now, we do have some people getting sick and injured because, A, some of them are unhoused, which is a problem that I'm trying to solve currently. Let's wait until we get 140 prefabs here. Okay. This is a good start. We prepared for the whiteout, or we are preparing for the whiteout. We secured our immediate survival. Now we have to stockpile as much food as we can before the whiteout forces us to take shelter. To do that, we need to produce more food than our current demand. So we are in a bit of a surplus here. I have 20 food, but I need 40,000. And I have 66 weeks. Stockpile's ready in 87 weeks at the current rate, which is not ideal, I would say. I would say not ideal. We do have hubs here. So if we look at this, our current stockpile is a maximum of 10,000. You see that at the bottom of that overlay. And I need 40,000 in storage. So I'm going to need this. This is going to give me 15 extra capacity. And if I place this next to one of my food areas, then you can see the extra benefits there. So minus 10% workforce requirements. You can see same thing there. So let's go ahead and throw that in. And once that's done, we'll see where our stockpile's at. I'm probably going to need to build more than that. If we hunt them all, we'll definitely have enough food for the whiteout. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we would have significantly more than what we need, which would be excellent. But now you can see my heat is a bit of an issue. Okay, I still am under on housing as well. So what I'm going to do, I can afford this right now, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to get another extraction depot going on that oil to rectify this problem. And hopefully that's going to offset some of this stuff. Now, my material scarcity is a bit of a problem. And the reason that that's an issue is because your squalor can increase. And if your squalor goes up, I believe squalor is, yeah, polluted air and overwhelming dirt and filth. So this decreases population growth. It also causes damage to random districts indicated by the district's wear. So then you need to go and like repair things for prefabs. So maybe to try get ahead of that, we could try and frost break out to these. Now what would be sweet, yeah, let's do this. We'll split. That's an excellent plan, if I do say so myself. Pretty solid. Let's keep an eye on this, because I love that it's actually showing us this, but that means I'm going to need more food. I'm going to need it faster. My total now is 25,000, so I'm going to need even more than this. Hubs is H. I'll try to get used to that. Let's throw this down here, or do I have a better spot? I think that's my only spot, actually. Okay, let's do that. All right. So I am officially poor. Officially. I'm going to get 320 more from there. Where's my other prefabs? I got prefabs over here in the construction wagon. And then materials we're working on. Another person is sick. I also said I'd like to get more housing going, but I went ahead and built those depots. Okay, what do you have happening here? Finn and Kel, the gardener. This is one of the things I love about Frostpunk. Like, just the stories that come out and, like, the decisions that get made and, like, the requests from your people. It's so cool. Pouring sand in his hands. We've been here so many times. The soil is depleting. A couple more and there'll be no point erecting the hothouses. There'll be nothing to grow food on. And the yield is so low. Either we pull emergency shifts or tighten our belts. Otherwise, there might not be enough for everyone. So we might not be able to fill the food stockpiles without exceptional measures. Consider asking the Wanderers to tighten belts or instill emergency shifts in district. Now, the Wanderers, this is a community that we're working with. There's multiple factions in the game. I remember in the beta we ran into like the technocrats, I think they're called. That was pretty cool. And you can choose like who to develop your relationships with and stuff. But we can go to these guys and there's a few things that they can do for us. So we can say, I'm just going to pause this because I don't want to I don't want to waste too many weeks here. We can go and say tighten the belts and essentially ration your food. And that means hunger will go up, but food demand per capita will go down. We can go to this favor here and take scraps. So if we need to borrow right now and say, hey, like I just need to build stuff, I don't have time to wait, I could take scraps from them, but that's at the cost of our relationship. And then we can return scraps to them to build that relationship back up. But you can see, if we take scraps, we're getting 165. To build it back up is 210. Not great. We also have this meter at the bottom. This is the trust level, how much your community trusts you. And I think there's a scale. Let me see here. Yeah. So at the highest, you're revered. And you go to respected, accepted, tolerated, despised. But if you become despised, then you lose. So that's you don't want to lose, guys. Okay? Pro tip, just don't lose. Against the elements, squalor. Each day the wind grows fiercer. Relentlessly it beats against our buildings, weakening our structures gust by gust. Without raw materials to repair the damage, our districts will deteriorate. The more we build, the more materials we need. This is the world we know. I will make this promise because I'm in the process of wanting to build this up here. But I need an extraction district. So I need just 10 more prefabs and we can get that. So let's go ahead and build an extraction district here now, just to get some of our materials in order. And then, how much is left here? Or how many are left? 240? Okay. I'm gonna go up here to secure that, just making sure that we get enough prefabs. We have an extra or a surplus of heat right now, which is really helpful. Build an extraction district on a maintenance wagon. Is that what this is? Or are these the maintenance wagons? Hold on. Yeah, okay, these are the maintenance wagons. Okay, cool. We can also tighten our belts or do emergency shifts. Let's go in here. Let's say tighten the belts. So they're going to eat less to stockpile more for the whiteout. I think it's smart. Ooh, cool. Mysterious symbol, the captain's legacy. One of our frost-breaking crew uncovered the frozen remains of a man in a tattered uniform. His shoulder patch reads, New London Scouts, 3rd Platoon. Okay, you see where this is going. He bears an obscure insignia. Some of our elders claim it belongs to a military organization, while others argue that it has a religious significance. Maybe you've heard of this New London before and can settle their debate. So, New London is a city of discipline that follows strong leadership, where militant squads keep the peace. This will create a continuity in which New London has embraced order to survive. Or so you can say it symbolizes faith. This will create a continuity in which New London has embraced faith to survive. Or I don't recognize it. We've dabbled in both of these in the original Frostpunk. I don't know exactly how those are going to be changed for Frostpunk 2. So what do we want to pick here? We can also just say this, where it's neither. But I don't like that. We're going to pick one of these. I feel like faith was pretty strong in the first one. Maybe they've changed it up. I'm going to go faith here and just see what happens. Follows the guidance of zealous clergy. Why not? Okay. Let's speed things up a little bit here. My knees ache. My fingers are so stiff I can't hold the needle anymore. I've lived a full life. It warms my heart to see little Betty and Jacob play by the evening fire, but maybe this is it. I've talked to the other elders. If it comes to it, we will go. I won't let my grandchildren starve. Whoa. Hello. Okay. Some people are ready to sacrifice themselves to lower the food required. That's crazy. All right. 63 weeks here. 62 versus 54. We're closing the gap. Clearly, we're not there yet, but we have a couple of other things that we're trying to do here. So we did the promise to get materials. Relationships improves, causing trust to rise. You see that here. And now we have a 30 surplus in materials. Can I don't have enough for housing, eh? I need more prefabs, which is over here. So I'll tell you what, let's do this. And then when that finishes, I can try to get the rest of our housing up. Because clearly we're going to have some problems with sickness, right? I could also order emergency shifts. I could do both things. Let's do it. Oh, look at that. That's actually huge. Stockpile's ready in 51 weeks at the current rate. Now, do I have to do that? Yeah, I have to do that for both, or for all districts. So it's specific to the district, which is really neat. But look at what that did to my trust. They don't like that at all. They're just tolerating me. They're just tolerating me. But we've got this now in a place where 39 weeks, that's pretty good. Unless this gets depleted, I suppose. So, okay. Prefabs are coming in. Now let's get more housing here. And because this is going to connect to another housing district, we're going to get those heat benefits. And that seems like a lot when it doesn't seem like people are coming in. So we're probably overbuilding to get these 5 unfulfilled to be fulfilled. But that'll help us with the sickness. That'll help us with the workers and that kind of stuff. Oh, here we go. Okay, heat demand is increased. So now all of a sudden, we have a bit of a heat problem. And so with that, maybe we will put up this extraction district here. What's my food stockpile amount? Okay, that's actually, it's matching exactly at 40,000. So, okay. Let's do this. Actually, do I need to do that? What if I just did another stockpile? Can I do that? You can, it looks like. But this thing is going to be gone at some point. Only 8.9k there. And I don't know if I have any space down here by this one. Yeah, okay. We'll do that. Now, there are going to be more hubs, and there's going to be more districts and stuff. I assume that's because this is the first mission that we're restricted on what's available here. But I think this is okay. We're way ahead of the game right now. Okay, now, check this out. This place has been completely emptied. You can leave it here, but we can also demolish, and I think we might as well. I don't think there's a reason for us to keep it. We can demolish this, get the money, get the prefabs. I want to say that... where's the tutorials here? I want to say that you get all prefabs back from demolishing. Would that be in here? When you run out of prefabs to build anything, try demolishing one to get back all prefabs used for construction. So yeah, that's actually really cool. Now, you're not going to get, you know, the supplies back that you spent or anything, but... Okay. A whiteout draws near, a sacrifice. People in the camp are getting tense. They worry we won't gather enough food in time. Our hunters propose to slaughter the remaining seals, including pups and females. This will allow us to gather much more food, but will wipe out what could be the last colony of these creatures on Earth. However, many elders have volunteered to walk into the forest or frostland rather than be a burden on our resources. That's so heavy, dude. Their sacrifice would significantly reduce the rations we need for the whiteout. We're on track to hit this. If we slaughter the seals, food production increases greatly, but the last of the seal colony will be butchered. Now, what does that mean? Like, do these things carry over from story parts to story parts? Or is this just a thing that we need to do now? And then we have the elders. Our elders will die. This will not reduce our workforce because they're not working anyways. Food required to survive the whiteout will decrease greatly, so our amount that is needed is down. Or we'll gather enough food in time. Okay, so we have a third option too. If you fail, the consequences will be dire. Well, we're on track. I'm gonna say don't do any of that. I'm gonna say don't do any. But because we know this one is going to run out soonish. I need to get another food district here. And I need my workforce. So this is being demolished. Let's speed this up. I need 2 more workforce available. There we go. Okay, so those people are back. Now, let's do another food district here. And then, do I want to frost break anything? I can't afford it. Oh, yeah, because I don't have workforce. So that's one thing that's really interesting here. It seems like I don't have people coming in, right? So I just have to make do with what I have currently. And so I'm shifting resources around to make that happen. Yeah, see, this place is nearly depleted. This one's nearly depleted. And when it is... Let's go here. There it goes. There it goes. Let's demolish. I like this. This is really cool, man. Pretty intuitive, too. Like, I went into the little Utopia thing to practice and got an idea, again, of how to frost break, what the things do. And, yeah, coming in here, like, I'm, like, equipped now. This is great. Now I'm going to hit this in 10 weeks, barring any unforeseen disaster. I do have a little bit of, like a, what if it's not a surplus, a deficit in heat, but I don't have any other spots where I can even get heat from. Although this is going to require some heat, right? So when that's gone, then we'll be back to a surplus. So let's speed this time up here. And this one too, if I demolish that. Yeah, well, let's see. So the furnace is requiring 180. Dreadnought Rec, Extraction District, Housing District, Food District. Oh, maybe that already included this because I was demolishing it. Let's see what happens here on this one. Oh, yeah. Okay, interesting. So as soon as it goes out of business or whatever, we get that heat back right away. That's nice. That's actually really nice. I wasn't sure. Okay. Let's demolish this. And, well, I might, if I have the capability, let's keep going. I'll build more things there. Guys, we're gonna hit this. Now, I'm playing on Officer difficulty, which is the recommended difficulty if you're very familiar with Frostpunk 1. Boom, baby. That's excellent. Okay. We did it. We secured enough food to survive the incoming whiteout. Our workers will make some last-minute preparations before the storm survives. We should try and keep our people warm this time. Or for this time. We will survive. Okay. So I need to last 11 more weeks. I think we can, guys. I think we can. For frostbreaking, I need 300 workforce. That's pretty interesting. I mean, I guess you could argue now that I don't even need this one. And I could get this workforce back. But really, it's just so that I can dig and create another one. So it's really just redundant just to kind of have something to do there. But, yeah, everything seems fine. Everybody seems cool. Look, like all of this stuff is stable, 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 stable. Yeah, let's just fast forward here. And we'll take this W. That's an awesome start. Very, very cool. And we'll see what happens next. I love this interface, by the way. Like, I think this is so clean. I liked it in the beta too, but I could see how some people thought it was a little too intense. Yeah, what a great way to start the series. Very, very tight. Look at the detail, too. It's like, oh, it's just a gorgeous game. I think we're going to have some fun here, guys. I just love this stuff. I just love anything, like, survival-based. Like, this is incredible. Against all odds. That's me. The Wanderer's survival. When the whiteout hit the camp, the Wanderers were ready. Everyone was thankful we acted fast and gathered enough food in time. The miracle of the seal colony strengthened our hope that our journey will lead to a promised land. Our elders have added this story to our great tales, alongside warnings about a sinful city that still pumps smoke into the sky. Really cool, dude. We didn't have to sacrifice our elders or the seals. Oh, no lesser evil. Yeah, I got an achievement for that. That's cool. We survived the end of the world. Now. Feeling pretty confident. Yeah, now what? Exactly. That confidence is going to drain very quickly here. Oh, yeah, cool. Love that. Love that. It's beautiful. The old captain is dead. New London is weak. Food is low. Overpopulation looms. Coal is running out. People yearn for a future worth dreaming of, but is it the same future for all? Keep the city together. You know, this image right here, I would love that as artwork. As like a, you know, like a 16 by 9, like aspect ratio, just like what we're looking at. But like on a giant wall art that I could hang. Oh, that would be so cool. Here we go. Coal's running out. The captain's dead. As he weakened, growing divisions brought city maintenance to a grinding halt. Now, New London is left to suffer the consequences. As steward, it is your charge to lead, but you must prove yourself. The overcrowded city is low on resources. Use this warmer year to build more shelter, secure coal, and power the generator back on. That is awesome. Guys, this is exciting. This is so cool. Oh, now things are opening up. Okay. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. I don't know what any of this stuff is. Now there might be some stuff we need to learn, like, tutorial-wise, because that first thing was pretty straightforward. And, I think, like, as a guide, you know, following your surpluses and just making sure you have some things going in the right direction. The key being the heat, that's, like, the main thing that you always need to have, and then just balancing this stuff. That's how I'm going to approach it. We'll see if it works. But, guys, we're going to take a break here. When we come back in the next episode, we will tackle coal left around New London. So, oh, 540,000 coal already extracted? Is that the goal for this one, is just extract as much coal as possible? Well, well, well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you had a good time. And if you can drop a like on this video, that would help me a ton. Leave me a comment letting me know who your favorite cold mascot is. Are there cold mascots? I don't know what I'm talking about. Just have a good day, and we'll see you next time, okay? Toodles.